Okay, this is a 3-man execute with 3 mollies. 1 for triple box, and 1 for the top of first and second oranges each. This is the triple box molly. It's got to be perfect. I don't really know how to explain how to do it other than just show it. Even if you do it perfectly, or I'm not sure if it's sometimes it leaves a gap here. I don't know if it's my own imperfection in lining up and aiming, or if it's just RNG, but there's a chance somebody could be back there without being on fire. Just be aware. So the 3 mollies are obviously this triple box molly, molly for the top of second, and molly for the top of first. So that there can really be nobody on this side of sight who's not on fire. So they're all going to get pushed over here to pillar and dark. And we'll have some flashes to deal with those guys. But worst case scenario, your guys coming in are only going to have to really worry about one angle. Or a bunch of people out in the open. That's fine too if they're in the open. Smokes, this guy will throw this smoke here for Coffins. This guy will throw this smoke for CT. Coffins doesn't show him anything. Even if he's up on the Coffins here, he's not going to see anything. Unless he's like jumped up out in the open. And this smoke works nice, and it also works with a molly. If you want to molly this guy off of here, off the flower pot, it will allow it to spread all the way to the edge. So you can be sure he's out of there, if that's how you want to do it. For this nade set, this guy will, at some point, be throwing this flash here, aiming about there and jump throwing. And that should flash this guy off of here. Even if he's like all the way up and looking down. Yeah, that still flashes. That flashes him anywhere back here. Also flashes this side of the pillar. Like if this guy's holding a super tight angle, he's still going to get flashed. There is an angle he could be holding here without getting flashed. Even there's going to be another flash like the top of the roof there. But there is a spot he could be here without getting flashed. But not very much. And your guys are going to be ready for him, and worst case, you trade. So our entry player, his job, he doesn't have to throw smoke. He can save it for putting out a molly. He's just going to throw that molly for triple, and then flash himself around that first corner. Use this dot on the wall and aim up and to the right a little bit and jump throw. And this is the guy... Oh, shit. This is the guy that tells you when we're ready to start, because he's got to make sure he's all set up on his spot there and gets his lineup just right. And then he can peek out on that flash. See, oh no, there's not a spot, but sometimes there's a gap. This flash here gets him around this corner. So even if there's anybody, even the smokes aren't down yet, and this guy's watching this, he's still going to get flashed. Anybody looking that way. And it's safe for our guys. Unless they're like way back here in this corner. So once he's pushed up to this point, he's going to have some more support flashes coming in. One to deal with this guy. And one to deal with... Well, it's just another one of these top roof flashes. So this guy will, again, he'll throw this one. And this guy will throw this one. You have them staggered a little bit, so... Maybe that CT one goes first, and then that one, and this guy comes around the corner and clean up anybody left. And to help with that, this guy, his last act of this little play is he's going to aim about here, jump up onto the barrel, moving as little forward as possible in the process. You just want to aim there, and just jump up onto the barrel, and then jump throw. And that's going to give you a perfect one-way. Even if this guy's all the way over here, he's not going to get flashed. You're only going to get flashed once you get on this side of second oranges. Doesn't perfectly flash everything back here, but it's pretty good. It does get most of this alley here because it goes underneath that bit of the fountain. So his full nade set, this rear support guy, smoke Coffins, molly top first, do that CT flash, and then that super duper one-way flash. And this molly should burn out this corner, even if it looks like it's not burning. I think it's at least 90% of the time this guy will be on fire. There's nowhere he can be safely, as long as it lands on the edge of the box here like that. And this guy's full nade set is do that CT smoke. Volley top second. I'm still crouched, aiming about there. And aim here, stand up, jump throw. And that's just another one of these guys. This isn't the greatest. Actually, it was a pretty good spread there, but most of the time it just spreads to the top and a little bit back here. But it does make sure this guy can't be tucked away here where you can't see him from water, and he can't be up here on this spot, which I really hate when people are up here, because this is a nasty little angle to clear. Obviously, the crux of the biscuit is this new box molly. If I hadn't said it already, these are 64 tick jump throws. So it might not work for you if you don't play 64 tick. But I think I figured out how to do it consistently. That seems to work. But if that's too difficult for you and you're smoked off, you can get in this corner, aim around the edge of this building, and aim up until this bit of the chimney here is at the bottom of the screen. So it's just like that. You see that? That's what we want. So aim up and run and jump throw before you hit the wall. And that's, not only is that easy and 100% consistent, it's just a ton of fun, really. I mean, how can you not have fun doing that? See, I aimed high there, and so I ran for the very, very last second. If you don't aim quite that high, you cannot aim that, or you cannot run that far forward. Otherwise, it'll hit something like that. The standard one, if you just aim like this, so like just a little bit of that is that chimney is showing. You jump about there, and you're never going to hit anything. But with practice, you shouldn't be missing this, I don't think. Well, let me say that and then see if I can live up to that. Oh, get the chicken. Yeah, no gap. It can leave a gap. Somebody could, every now and again, we'll leave a gap here. So just be aware.